Oh, 90s action-adventure games. How I miss them. This is the one of the ones you probably never heard of. ODT, Escape Without Trying. It was published by Psygnosis in 1998, I think. But it was made by a French studio, FDJ, whatever they're called. I don't think they made anything but this game. Which is sad, because this game's actually pretty cool. If you like hard 90s action-adventure games, I guess. And if you like dark, ambient, industrial noise stuff, because the soundtrack to this game is pretty damn cool. Well, let's start a new game. Choose between 4 characters here. The Corporal like Hawkins, Shooter Chase, Max Havoc, and Solar. And even though Max Havoc is kind of tempting, just because of that name, just look at him. We're gonna go with Solar. We'll see why.
Ship's log of the Nautiflyers, 26 Saventagium, under the authority of Captain Lamat. Since we took flight 7 moons ago, the crossing has been without incident. As time is now pressing, we are forced to fly over uncharted regions. Our mission has one aim: to end the deadly epidemic using the Green Pearl's power. The Pearl shows signs of magnetic activity, though I pray this will not disrupt our journey.
Well, I guess that... Oh, the controller turned itself off. I guess that magnetic interference was not to be trifled with. Seems that, we survived. Captain's over there, I wonder where the others are.
The Nautiflyers is severely damaged. The rest of the crew have gone to look for material to mend the aircraft, but we'll also need some gas to re-inflate the balloons. Search through these buildings and bring us back some gas. May the powers of the Green Pearl protect you.
Oh, let's get away from him, because if he bumps into us, he'll start talking again. That ship looks a lot smaller than it did in the cutscene. Oh, whatever. We're off to find gas. we get mana instead. Also, ammo and bats. You can just kick him in the face, though. Fall damage is a thing in this game. No surprise, really. These bats are actually pretty annoying to fight. With Solar and his kicks. If you don't hit them when they first come in at you, or if you screw up the rhythm, I'm just mashing X. But if you don't do that, they will start flying around you again. They can get locked in place, kinda, where they just circle you for ages. But I don't really want to be using the ammo, because it's kind of a waste. In this game, you want to be very conservative with your resources. This jump always scares me, because you just barely make it. And it's not really worth it, I guess. You only get 1 mana pickup out of it. I realize I missed something in this area, but I'm gonna go back for that later. Because we'll be back here. You might have noticed that over there to the left, where I took the fall damage, there was a ladder with a red arrow. That is the path to the next level. All of this here is optional, and you can tell because these arrows pointing at this area transition here are green. Green arrows indicate essentially transitions between areas within a level that generally you'll be able to come back to, whereas red arrows are generally dead ends. Just having fun, doing some loop-de-loops. Also, the torch is lit. Does that mean there's people living here? Whoops. I mean, I might want to look for guys that kind of look like this, maybe? Maybe they can help us out. Maybe fill the balloon or something. Oh, hey. More grenades. They're gonna be useful in a bit. Also a lever that the corporal did decide to pull for some reason. I mean, he's the corporal. I'm just the archbishop. You'd think that he's better at exploring stuff than I am. Maybe I'm just bumming around here. That bat is gonna come at us. Okay, got it. There we go. Yeah, the camera does not give a fuck about the environment. It always wants to stay behind you. Unless something like this happens. Right now I can't move the camera manually, it's fixed. It doesn't do that often. Very rarely. But if that's not the case, the camera will always gonna be behind you. I mean, right here we can't get it to clip through. Actually, we can. You can see there's a checkpoint there. That wasn't really hidden or anything. Checkpoints are useful. Because when you die, that's where you respawn. Who would have guessed? Do you hear that hum? That lovely, homely hum? You're gonna love that hum. Because that hum indicates a save point. Also, right here is another reason why I took the Archbishop. As you have seen, if you place one character, the other characters will still be around in this area. You're gonna meet the other two soon. And if you place anyone but Solar, he will appear right there, right in front of you, just standing there, scaring the fuck out of you. And we encounter barrels. And we encounter one of the things that our little bird pet can do. Solar is the only one to have something like this. Every now and then, he'll just sit on things and they'll take damage or explode. There's no way to control it as far as I'm aware. I'm not sure whether it's certain objects that he does it with, whether it's random. I really don't know. But as you saw, one of those barrels actually exploded. And if you take a closer look at these barrels, I'm not sure whether it'll actually show up on YouTube, sadly. You can see that one of them is different. The one that's different is the one that isn't going to explode in this case. The other two on the right here have way thicker rims. And that's how we can tell that they're going to explode. So we don't want to be close to them. So we're just going to use that grenade to safely detonate them from a distance. So we can't go back up this ladder. Generally the game is actually pretty clear about what you can and can't do. This is probably one of the only cases where it's a little silly. You should be able to climb that. But we can't. At least not right now. Can if we pull this lever. Yeah, now we can climb it. However, there's still some more items here. I should mention, the way that you climb down ledges like that is you stand in front of them and you press circle and down. I specifically mentioned this because, as far as I'm aware, there's only one walkthrough online of this game. I mean, actually there's two, but I think they're both just updated versions. Like, one is an updated version of the other. And the person who wrote that did not know about this. Also important to note, even explosive barrels can contain things. And the person who wrote this apparently didn't know this. He even explicitly wrote that there is no way to climb down ledges like that, and that ladders. You just kind of have to jump down them and hope that you don't die. No, that's wrong. You can climb down ledges. I honestly find the entire control scheme in this game pretty intuitive. Many people seem to have problems with it. I think it actually follows quite nicely what all the buttons do. I mean, you know, circle is your jump button, and kind of your overall interaction button. Seems logical that you press that to climb down a ledge. But how would the game differentiate between you wanting to climb down a ledge or to jump? Well, by you pressing down, because you want to go down. Doesn't seem that weird to me. There's actually quite a bit of things you can do in this game though. I really like the way the controls are set up. So we could go back there. That would just lead us back to the first area. There was this rock wall with the other green arrow on it that we could have climbed down. That's where that leads. However, there's more back here that we want to explore. I mean, we could just go take that way and come back, but I think this is faster. Checkpoint. You can only ever have one checkpoint active at any time. And, Save points, by the way, act as checkpoints too. So they will overrun whatever checkpoint you were at last. And the red area transitions also count as checkpoints. Oh wow, I don't think I've ever seen him come this far away from the corner that he starts in. Okay, so in addition to running, walking, walking is done by holding the R2 button, by the way, which also enables you to sidestep. And if you walk onto a ledge, just like in Tomb Raider, you will not walk off the edge. Like, I'm holding R2 and forward right now, but he's not moving. He knows there's a ledge there, and he knows that I don't want to fall down there. So, you have the walk button. You also have a crouch button. Square, if you hold that, you're going to be rolling in all directions. I could also roll backwards, but I don't want to do that right now. So if you hold square and R2, you're going to crawl. You can also combine square, crawl, and look around, which, weirdly enough, is going to zoom in the camera like that, but you're still going to crawl. So sadly, you cannot go prone and look around. You can only duck and look around. Also, if you double tap down, you're going to do a 180. These bridges, just like the last ones we encountered, will always collapse, so that one's down. Yeah, Max Havoc didn't seem very certain about how they're gonna be useful. You'd think, hey, they're mines, of course they're gonna be useful. Well, just you wait until we actually get to use them. I can understand that he dumps them on us and doesn't want to keep them. So instead of going back, we want to actually climb up these poles here. Because as you can see, there's something there. Could have already picked one of these up, but I missed it. Don't worry, we're gonna go back for it. These are very important. They're also kind of rare. They're extra lives. Oh. Nope, that's the wrong edge. Uh-oh. I nearly died there. I think I didn't. As long as you still have extra lives, you will respawn at checkpoints. When you run out of extra lives, it's back to the main menu, so you have to continue from the last save point you were at. There's also another nuance to dying and extra lives that we'll get to whenever, whenever it's necessary. Hopefully it won't be, but I mean, this game is difficult. Yep, ladders can be climbed just like weird rock walls. And here's another mode of movement that we're gonna see just very rarely. That's swinging off of things. The way you do that is, after jumping, you hold circle. In this case, we don't really want to do that. Instead, we want to just tap circle to jump and then let go of it. While we're hanging from a ledge like that, we can just jump off of it, like swing off. You can just hold circle again to swing again. Maybe this this one will contain something. Oh! Another extra life. Uh-oh. Oh. You can tell this is the tutorial area because that little fall there, that unintentional misstep there didn't kill me. And jump here, get up this tower, and then we find the last crew member, piece of the psyche. We don't need to know what that is just yet. And we get the compass, which is kinda useless. Also, red area transition. Meaning we're not gonna be able to come back from that one. I mean, you could kind of tell what this would bring us, I guess. It was falling down. Not strictly, you know, a transition to a new level or a new area that, you know, we wouldn't have been able to get before, but we cannot come back from here, at least not directly. So it is a one-way street, essentially. So now we've actually done nearly everything there is to do in this area, which, just to make that clear, is entirely optional. We could have skipped all of this. We're not even in the first level right now. This is level 0. But there is one more item I want to get. Well, there's this. But more importantly... Actually, can I get up? I can get up from here. To climb back up this wall. Drop down here. And there's this ledge, right here. There's actually something down there. Another extra life. So yeah, the game gave us... interesting little fact. Running jumps are not only longer, but also higher than standing jumps. Seems that ledge down there is not reachable by a standing jump for some reason. So, if we said, oh, I don't really need all that ammo, these extra lives, the mana, the energy, the psyche, the mines, the grenades that the game gives us here, we could have just gone straight down here. Don't even need to climb the ladder, we can just drop right off. Because it's a red transition in there, you know that nothing can go wrong if you do that. Also, there's actually another little piece of mana I think I forgot to pick up. Whatever. We don't actually need that. Well, in the beginning of the game we kinda do. Solar is actually pretty hard to start with.